Right? Now, you tell a child what? I want to be a lawyer. You can be anything that you want to be. But there's a price you got to pay. It costs. Now, somebody says, I want to be a Christian. I want to be a Christian. Not just I want to be saved. It's one thing to be saved. It's another thing to stay saved. Because 1 Corinthians 15 says, if you hold fast, which means you can let it go. Right? So, it's another thing to say, I'm saved today. And then we circle around and say, you did it. Yeah. Now you got all. You have to become something you've never been. And some people are trying to be something they've never seen. So, in order to be a Christian, matter of fact, in order to walk with Christ every day, what does that cost? I'm going to tell you this, it is easier being the president of the United States than it is to walk in Christ. Because to be the president of the United States, your heart doesn't have to be right. You just have to say the right things. Right? You do. I mean, it takes a lot, but your heart doesn't have to be right. And the words you say and the thoughts that you think can disqualify you. Not from being president. If you keep your thoughts in your head as president, you good. But in Christianity, that's a strike. Right? It's easier being the president of the United States than it is to walk with Christ. So, to be able to walk with Christ, it costs something. Jesus says,
therefore, I have said to you that no one can come to me unless it has been granted to him.
If you're in my life, it is because God has allowed you to be here. Which means there is a lesson I need to learn. There is a patience I need to gather. There is a love that needs to be exercised. And every spiritual gift that is in the Word of God, if you're going to get those spiritual gifts, the opposite needs to be sent to you. Does that make sense? So, if you want to exercise, give me a biblical attribute. If you want patience, then the opposite needs to be sent to you. You need somebody to what? To test it. Give me another spiritual attribute. You said what? Forgiveness. Then you need people to hurt you. Because the only way in this world to know that you're a forgiving person is that you need what? More than just test. You need people to hurt you. Which means the things that happened to Job, God had to allow it. Nobody could have stabbed Jesus unless God gave and signed the permit. The people that spit on God, God had to sign off on it first and then take it. Every person that, if you go back and read when Jesus walked to Golgotha, right, to Calvary, the Bible says they slapped him, they spit on him, they hit him, they did all manner of things as he was on that journey, right? Every single person that did that, the Lord had to sign off on. Now, if you are his child, right? If you are his child, for those of you who have children, the people, the kids that play with your kids, right? You what? You sign off on it, or you snatch them out.
Yes, you can.
Right? And if you don't like her, if you don't like that little girl that's the one that down the street, and she just running a little bit too fast, and she's saying some things, and your kids come back to the house speaking a new vocabulary, you say, we not doing right. So if they're gonna play again, you have to what? You have to sign on it. And the parent can come down and say, hey, can such and such, but you know what? We're tied up. You're not going to be able to make that one. But, you know, and you'll make up some, because why? You're protecting. But, God, if you're going to grow, sometimes you'll say, no, you need to learn how to share. Even though they're crying. You say what? No. Stay in the room. No. Go back. Sit down. Stay in the room. Y'all need to learn how to get a what? Get along. So, you know what you're saying? I'm going to lock you in a position with somebody that you're not having fun with. And the best way for you to learn how to get along, wipe your tears and work it out. Yeah. And God does that with us on an adult level. So people move into your neighborhood, people come into your life, people are born into your family, all of these things, and all those people are around you like, irritating. And God said, you need to learn patience. You need to learn what it means to smile in dark places. If you're going to learn faith, then I got to take resources from you. Somebody says, I want more faith, right? How do you exercise more faith? I got to take resources from you, and you got to learn how to trust with nothing in your pocket. You got to learn how to have faith when you can't see, smell it, you don't hear any sound of help, and you got to keep walking saying, I know God will. He has to cut off the lights. If you want faith, he has to cut off the lights. Remove resources so he can strengthen your skill and increase your prayer so you can trust in the word. Because you've been trusting in what you see. So, when you pray for more faith, you know what you really say? Lord, cut off the lights. And Lord, remove the resources. And help me to just hear your voice and trust in it for all of my provisions.